Okay, thank you everyone for attending this information session with KGI. My name is Courtney Handel. I work in the admissions department, and today we're going to learn a little bit about KGI's MS in Applied Life Sciences and MS in Translational Medicine programs. So I'd like to introduce Dr. Levitin, who is the program director of those, and she will give you all the information you need.
Yeah, so hi guys. Mark, will I see you? I hope I will. So I'm going to cover two programs because I'm in charge of MS in Applied Life Sciences and MS in Translational Medicine. The difference between two is that MS in Applied Life Sciences is more diverse because there are different concentration. MS in Translational Medicine is more geared towards research, and it's a joint program with City of Hope. So I will start with MS and MS in Applied Life Sciences. Both programs are 2-year-long program. They MS prepares students for, so when I say MS, I mean MS in Applied Life Sciences as compared to MS in Translational Medicine. So MS prepares students for careers in different areas, in translational research, clinical, public health, management, industry. So we teach students how to use the information that they get at KGI to translate, to be able to translate discoveries that are made through science, through basic research into medical and scientific innovations that the world can use. For example, making devices and therapies that physicians can use to treat patients. So if you wanted to help people working in industry and design those tools for physicians, you would help much more people than if you were treating one patient at a time. So the KGI it uses your background knowledge, your undergraduate school developed skills, and builds up on it to prepare you for different we can prepare you to follow different paths based on where you want to go. So this is a sciencey program to differentiate it from other programs that are offered at KGI, for example, business and science, or bioprocessing. So it's more on ability to identify gaps, structuring your research to get results, and how you can implement what you found and for greater good. So depending on what concentration you follow, or even in the same concentration, you can, by taking elective courses, you can either continue into industry, specifically R&D, research and development, or do consulting if you take management marketing courses, or you can continue and work in clinical and academic labs, or do public health or graduate studies, or medical school, of course. And the curriculum involves different sets of courses. We have core science courses that we require our students to take, then professional development courses because we prepare students to find maybe positions, work in the industry, work in other setting. Management, again, you can take elective courses in management and others, and advanced technical topics, as well as capstone projects. So each one of our concentrations requires a capstone project. And this is, I believe, beneficial for master's students because it gives them a deep dive into a subject, into area of research. So as I said, curriculum. So this is a 54 credit program, 2-year-long. Students are required to take 15 credits worth of core courses and professional development courses, and the rest are elective courses. Out of those elective courses, 15 credits is spent on concentration required courses. And I'll give you more information on that. So these are core courses, molecular biotechnology, pharmaceutical discovery development. So we are, these courses are aimed on introducing you to the pharma pipeline, how drugs are designed, how they're developed, what's the business aspect, how they're sent to market. There's some bioprocessing that when you identify, for example, large molecule and antibody, how do you scale it up for mass production? And of course, business aspect, there's business aspect to everything. So our core science courses are molecular biotechnology. What are the recent more the modern techniques that are available? Pharmaceutical discovery and development, how drugs are discovered, how they're developed, biostatistics, big data analysis, of course, molecular basis of a disease that requires you to understand published literature, pharmacogenomics and precision medicine with sequencing of genome. We now know how different we are, like 99% of us is identical, but those, the 0.1% that in differences make a big deal. And these differences, short, small nucleotide polymorphisms, might translate in how we respond to drugs, whether we develop various diseases or not, and so forth. How epigenetics also affects our response to drugs and development of disease, microbiome, and so forth. And of course, ethics and professional development. So those are core courses. Now, I mentioned that this program has 5 different concentrations. And students usually select this one of the concentrations in their second year, because during the first year, they take those basic courses and they understand what their passion, where their passion is, and what would be the next step, where would you guys follow after you graduate. So based on that, you are asked to select a concentration, and there are 5 concentrations that we offer. Translational research, it's research done at KGI and KGI labs. Clinical research, it's research done at quality improvement projects at various hospital sites. Public health, infectious disease, and team masters projects. So I will talk about each concentration separately now. If you have any questions, please unmute yourself and ask me questions. Do not hesitate to interrupt. So translational research, it's research, that's what you know as research. Doing research in KGI labs. We have a number of faculty, both in Riggs department or School of Pharmacy, where we do applied research. Applied meaning there is drug discovery, I actually have a slide on that. There is biomarker research, drug discovery, molecular basis of a disease, understanding what genes are involved in development disease, engineering, medical devices, diagnostics, and of course, sociology, innovation, and entrepreneurship. So if you are interested in this concentration, we ask students to do a small research during first year to make sure that on the project that you would be involved in the second year as part of a thesis, just to make sure that you like the area of research you click with lab members, the advisor, and so forth. So there's a good fit into that project. So this translational research concentration involves a research thesis for 12 credits. That means 6 credits per semester, which translates into 18 hours per week that you have to spend working on this project for entire year, plus a couple of classes. Like in this case is fundamental papers in applied medicine, where you read groundbreaking papers, classical papers, and then B, I believe, is when we have speakers from outside that come and talk about their research. So this is translational research concentration. This is a list of projects that our students worked on in the past couple of years. You see that there are this just examples. Projects change every year because direction of those labs change, and plus student can work with the advisor to identify, to come up with their own project. So there's infectious disease related projects, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's related, cancer, and so forth. If you guys, when you're in a program and you trying to identify a project, I can work with you to tell you who is working on what and guide you in selection of a project. Second concentration is clinical research concentration. We partnered with COPE Health Scholars. This is a company that collaborates with a number of hospitals in LA area, and we ask this COPE partners to find projects for our students at in various hospitals. So for that concentration, of course, thesis is required site for a period of a year, and you dedicate 18 hours a week, which is 2 to 3 days per week on research, and then take medical harm reduction course. And the topics and sample projects are this: nosocomial infections, how to control level of infection at the in a particular department, antibiotic stewardships, what antibiotics are prescribed, and blood usage, medical stuff, pain management, or so these are quality improvement projects. When a patient comes in, how long does it take a patient to be seen by a physician? How can we reduce that time? What can be done? So students identify a problem, then they work on assessing what other sites or other departments do and they're successful in it, and how we can change the way we're doing at this department, and actually incorporating those changes and observing whether there's improvement or not. And we work, these are hospitals where our students been placed in the past number of years. Every year we get more and more hospitals. What is notable that we could place our students into projects at the various clinical sites, even during coronavirus, which was phenomenal. And now next concentration is public health, where we identify or help students identify project outside of KGI. We had students working in LA County Department of Public Health. They work in National Organization for Rare Disorders, and I believe there was a couple of projects with US Seeger Center. So again, same setup, student works for a year on a public health related project, plus one additional epidemiology course to fulfill the requirement. Here are the projects.
Dr. Levitin, I'm sorry to interrupt. We did have a question in the chat, which was, are the research concentrations offered during the second year of the MS program the same as the areas offered during the summer undergraduate research experience?
No, summer undergraduate research experience is there is a number of projects that are offered by our faculty here at KGI. So those are more translational or infectious disease projects that we offer during summer. This year, the setup will be a little bit different. We'll be offering different tracks like public health, actually population health, drug discovery, and vaccines and virology, and individual projects. So those projects are mostly from our KGI faculty projects. These are public health projects. Again, those projects are offered by institutions other than KGI, and it requires, if student wants to be part of public health project, we try to place student into that project through our network, or if student is already doing some research and would like to continue with this research on a master's level, we can connect with an advisor and make sure that the project is master's level project, and student also has to complete various milestones, like give a presentation on the background of the project, on the problem that the student will be working as part of thesis, and then write a proposal, outline proposal, final thesis, and defend it at the end of the year. So here are examples of public health projects. Courtney, is there another question? Because I saw my chat window blinking. No?
Nope. I was just
okay.
typing in the website.
Okay. Another concentration, this is the concentration that we've established last year in response to coronavirus pandemics. There are two options to this concentration, and option A was designed just to help students because of social distancing, more limited number of projects as a normal time. So we allow students, instead of doing thesis for 12 credits for entire year, just doing independent research, which could be 6 credits in one semester, or 3 credits in each semester, each of 2 semesters. And in addition to this smaller project, there's a number of classes that require to fulfill as part of this option of infectious disease concentration. And of course, there's a regular infectious disease concentration option where a student would do a thesis where spending 18 hours a week on the project plus a couple of courses. And last but not least, concentration is a team master's project where students would work as in a team of together with other students coming from other programs on a project that is sponsored by a real live biotech or pharma company. Like I myself was advisor on a couple of projects sponsored by Gilead, City of Hope, Regeneron, Pfizer, and so forth. So these companies come to us asking us to help them solve a problem. And as a result, a team of students, 4 to 6 students per team, work with liaison from that company for a period of a year, and culminating in a presentation at the site, at the company site at the end, telling about presenting the findings. And so this team access project is one of the ways if student would like to continue and find position in industry, this would be a good concentration because you would be working with the liaison from that company, and it would be a great opportunity for you to be exposed to that company, and the company liaison would assess your performance. So a lot of our students get positions as a result of Team Masters project. I know some of you would be interested in doing an internship between first and second year. Summer is usually time, maybe to do volunteering in a lab, or you can do an internship. It's not required for this program, but many students who would like to continue and work in industry, they do internship at the company site, paid internship. So this is, again, a good way to find a job at that particular company. Again, it's not required, but we have career services that can help students find that internship opportunity through resume drops. And we have a lot of events where companies come and where students can submit their resume, hear company representatives talk about their company and so forth. So a lot of networking events that are taking place during the school year. Now, guys, I'm done with MS program. If you have any questions, I would be happy to answer them. If not, I can move on to translational medicine program. Mark, do you have any questions? Are you doing experiments? It's okay, I don't want to disturb you. Okay, no questions? Peter?
Just to add on, so if you were to do the TMP concentration, you can focus, you can still do research without any limitations, unlike some of the other programs.
Yes, so we have students that do TMP during their second year, and they start with research during their first year and do continue into second year as well. So yeah, you can either do translational or infectious disease research as a concentration during your second year and do maybe one semester or a year-long TMP during first year. This also happens. Okay. So it depends what you want to do. If you want to select TMP as your concentration, you of course can do research as independent research during first or second year, and vice versa. You can do research during your second year and do a short 1 semester or 2 semester projects during your first year or second year. Flexible, very flexible. Okay. No more questions. I can move on to MSTM. So the MSTM is a joint program with City of Hope, where students, it's more rigid than MS, and students, so they follow, they take courses during first year at KGI, and second year, starting from May of first year and summer, they are involved in research at City of Hope. So this is, again, 2-year joint program. It's a 50-50 program. First year it's at KGI, second year at City of Hope. Of course, there is a crosstalk. You spend 90% of the time during first year at KGI, 10% at City of Hope, and then during second year, you spend 90% of time on the research at City of Hope and 10% at KGI. So we believe it's best of two worlds with KGI's industry-focused courses and City of Hope translational medicine, medical research. And so this is the curriculum. Again, curriculum is very similar to MS program. The differentiating factor, it's more research heavy, and research is done at City of Hope. So there are core science courses, professional development courses, and then electives. It's a 60 credit program, 30 credits didactic and 30 research. So as you will see, courses are very similar: molecular biotechnology, pharmaceutical development, discovery and development, advanced pharmaceutical discovery. It's a step up from pharmaceutical discovery course, pharmacogenomics, precision medicine. So these courses can be taken during first year, and on Fridays, students go to City of Hope to do rotations, do training, because there is a core facility with different mass spec, what else, imaging, various trainings in those technologies. And so first 2 semesters at KGI, Fridays at City of Hope. Then starting from May and summer and all second year at City of Hope doing research. And here are the areas of research. So during first year on Fridays, you of course do training in with equipment, how to use equipment. Plus you do small rotations because there's more than 100 projects are available at City of Hope for our students to do research in. And it takes time to identify, to finalize the project of interest. So you start with going over those 100 projects, you identify top 5, you meet with faculty that offers these projects, you do a small, short kind of rotation in those 5 labs, and then you come up with the finalists, what project you want to work as part of your thesis in the second year. And as I mentioned, in addition to those mini rotations, you also get training on different technologies, genomics, bioinformatics, analytical cytochemistry, mass spec, imaging, and others. I believe there is also a short course on how to use technology, how to do work, protocols and techniques, and so forth. They also, City of Hope also offers clinical mentorship, not only for pre-meds, but for all students that are in the program. So these students are linked with an MD at the City of Hope Hospital. So the students work with this MD, and MD serves as a mentor. There are different faculty that are available. Some are involved in clinical trials, other are involved in treating dealing with cancer patients, diabetes, and other areas of medicine. So again, students have an option of identifying who their mentor would be and working with this mentor for entire year. So this is, and I will share this PowerPoint with, I believe Courtney has it. So there's a link to City of Hope MS in Translational Medicine website where they offer more information about their research part of the program. And so the way it works, we have, I serve as program director on the KGI side, and there is the program director at the City of Hope. And if you're interested, I can get you in contact with the City of Hope program director for this translational medicine program. So you can ask questions related to the research and facilities that are available and opportunities. So, and by the way, City of Hope is currently working on, there is a clinical trial going on in vaccine. They're testing their coronavirus vaccine. If you would like to participate in that clinical trial, I can share information with you. They are looking for volunteers. So why MS and MSTM program? Because we are a combination of courses. We offer courses in life sciences, applied life sciences courses with industry focus, and students that graduate from this program have an opportunity either continuing into higher education, like into doctoral programs, MD, DO, and PhD, or find employment in biotech pharma companies or academia. We have students that are working on clinical, coordinating clinical trials. They work on as the staff at the clinical side at the hospital, or they do research at the City of Hope, depending on what and where you want to go. My goal is to assist you to get where you want to go. And hence these 5 concentrations as part of MS program, or intense research as part of MS in translational medicine. What I want to also emphasize for MS in translational medicine program, City of Hope recently established a track for students who graduate from MSTM program, so they get easier time getting accepted into the City of Hope PhD program, because it's a highly competitive PhD program. So students that complete research and complete MSTM program satisfactorily can transition into City of Hope PhD program, provided that their their advisor is satisfied with their performance. So it's called MSTM PhD in translational medicine track. So again, what usually happens, student during first year, they identify their path, they choose where they want to go, and my goal is to guide them. As I mentioned, in addition to required courses as part of a MS program, there is a number of credits that you can spend on electives based on where you want to continue to prepare you to where you want to go. So my goal is to guide you wherever you want to go. So unlimited opportunities. We have these courses that are offered at KGI. When you're part of the program, either MS or MSTM, you can take any course that is available at KGI. And we have a wealth of courses and related to discovery, development, bioprocessing, business, and other areas of interest. Work with Susie, who's my administrative assistant for both programs. So you can send me an email, or you can connect with Susie, or Courtney can also guide you. Let me, in addition to this, we can, if you have any other questions, if you have questions after this presentation, we can schedule another individual Zoom meeting, so I can answer your questions if there are any. Okay, do you guys have any questions?
Okay, so I guess I have a question again.
Good.
So you I didn't want to interrupt you because you were still continuing, but you discussed that some students could do, I think I've made it kind of clear that I'm very interested in the TMP. So you said that some students do the TMP in the first year and then they do the research in the second year. How does that work out exactly? If you could maybe explain that.
So the way it works, we have, so the priority is for second year students.
Yeah.
Because it's part of their concentration. But sometimes there is always a space in a team, and program directors for TMP, they're always looking for students who want to do a TMP maybe during their first year, or even if they do TMP during second year, they can still do another TMP during first year.
Okay.
So once you start the program, you can tell me, I want to do TMP during first year. I send your information to the program director, TMP program director, and they get in touch with you. And based on your, I mentioned companies are usually have a list of skills that they would like their students to have to work on their project. So based on those skills, based on what you have in your resume, you can be placed in a team during your first year, during both semesters. So as long as you have a bandwidth and you have desire, we can place you.
Thank you.
Okay, who else has questions? Again, smart questions always come after when it's too late. And if a question comes up after we're done, just send it to Courtney. She can forward it to me or send it to my email address, or ask. We can meet via Zoom, and so I can tell you about this another time or a couple of times, because there's so much information. And it's Peter, I spoke with you a couple of times, and I encourage that because you want to be clear where you're going, where you want to start. It's a 2-year program. You don't want to miss anything, and you want to identify your path from the beginning. And it's okay if you take a course and then you say, oh, maybe TMP is not where I want to go. I want to do something else. You did not miss any time. It's a flexible program. We can accommodate you as long as you cover those core courses and concentration related courses. You can do whatever you're interested in. And there is an opportunity here at KGI. And we have a lot of connections with biotech and pharma companies. We have extensive network, and we have a good track record for placing students into where they want to go. Yeah. And my goal is to be here for you. So don't hesitate to connect with me and ask me questions. I'm always available. I have those Blitz meetings in the mornings through that you can schedule through Calendly. So I will give you my Calendly address so it's easier. 1 second. So you can go and schedule a meeting through this. It will just put it on my calendar. Those are 15-minute meetings. If you need more, you can schedule 2 meetings in tandem. Or if these times that are not available and that are available are not good for you, send me an email and I'll be happy to meet with you at other times. Again, I'm here for you whenever you need me.
I also wanted to ask another question. So what do most MS students do in their transition between first and second year? Because we've discussed the internships with the MBS students, but what do MS students typically do?
Oh, Peter, you ask such great questions. So since we have a mix of students, we have students who are medical school bound. So they do MCAT. They also, if you select clinical thesis, summer is when they place you in a project. So there's an interview number 1 with co-op members, then they do a criminal background, you do a training or medical harm reduction related topics. Then you have a second interview with the advisor at the clinical site, and you can start your research early. If you've been placed into the project early, you can start working at the clinical site. The longer you do research, the higher the chance you will get results, or if it's quality improvement project, the higher is the chance that you will make a difference and help a hospital with their problem. Yeah. Okay, so for pre-meds, they prepared for MCAT. Clinical students, they do interviews and maybe start clinical research. There are students that spend the entire summer doing research at KGI, maybe as a head start for their thesis. Faculty is here because we have the summer program, plus we work the entire year. So summer is a good time to do some research. It's not going to be for credit, but it will allow you to get some results that you can that can amount to a publication or something at the end. What else? Yeah, you mentioned internship. Some students decide to do an internship. Yeah, some just enjoy
summer
life. Yeah, I don't know how it feels. I haven't enjoyed myself.
I guess if nobody else has another question, so the SURE program, does that give good beginner experience towards what you could expect out of the second year if you were focusing on research?
Not only second year, first year as well,
Sure.
because not only it introduces you to research, it also gives you a short, small window in what KGI courses are. For example, there will be a short course on drug discovery. There will be a short course on vaccines and vaccine development, public health. There will be speaker series that you will talk to different program directors. There will be a bio-entrepreneurship project that will, for example, you will be assigned a drug that has been repurposed. For example, like Viagra, it was used for one indication and now it's used for another indication. So this bio-entrepreneurship project will allow you to understand how the business aspect of drug development. So you will be assessing what are competitors. So if you come up with another Viagra, what are going to be competitors? How much it would cost you to bring this drug to market? How much money would you get out of this? Business aspect of this discovery and development. There will be some crosstalk with other programs. For example, we will be offering regulatory affairs program. You will learn what regulatory affairs are if you want. So there's plenty of opportunity in addition to research. So this year there will be different tracks. I mentioned a couple. Plus there will be an opportunity. If you're not part of a track, you can be assigned an individual project and work with faculty on that project. For example, last year we had immunology team that work on analyzing RNA-seq results and identifying genes that participate in, for example, diabetes, play a role in development of diabetes. So this is sure, yeah. Plus, there's going to be a lot of different events as part of the program. Other questions? Peter, I'm sure you have some.
Yeah, I actually emailed because I'm almost done with the application for sure, but I'm in talks with Destiny Alvarez, and I asked her about the drug discovery program, and she said the drug discovery track is different from the faculty-led research projects. Yeah. How could you go?
So it's going to be drug repurposing. It's, you understand that we're going to be virtual. We're going to will not be in person, but there will be a couple of students or KGI students that will serve as your hands, even if you will not be doing research yourself or performing experiments yourself. They will be doing it for you, and they will be doing it on Zoom in real life. So you will see, for example, how to do a culture, how do you start a culture, how do you do drug screening, how those experiments, and they will come up with will give you data what transpired, and you will analyze as a team. You will analyze and propose new experiments to move this forward. So you'll be working as a team, whether as individual projects. Students working on individual projects will work one-on-one with the advisor. This drug discovery is a team activity. Plus, as part of drug discovery, there will be this bio-entrepreneurship project, which other students can join as well. It's another team activity, but different teams. So as a team, you will be given a drug and you will do all those assessments, like business type of assessments. So the difference is it's either one-on-one with faculty or it's a team. You will also be exposed to drug discovery course and other events. Those are different ones. Well, drug discovery is more microbiology because we'll be repurposing drugs to treat infectious diseases. Like we will be using microbes that are surrogates for pathogens. For example, Bacillus cereus will be used as a surrogate for Bacillus anthracis that causes anthrax.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the difference.
Thank you. Yeah, because I was just scrolling through the, there's like 20 projects available for that for sure. So
yeah, another difference is that drug discovery, it's a 3-week. There are 2 sessions.
Yeah.
One-on-one is usually the entire duration, like 6 weeks.
Okay.
Because you're working on your own with the advisor.
Thank you.
Any more questions? Nothing, guys? Mark disappeared. Eric, are there any questions? Thank you, Courtney. Okay, if there are questions, send me an email. I'll be happy to meet with you again. Peter, don't let it stop you. I'll be happy to talk to you. I'm sure you will have other questions.
I hope I won't. I feel like, I'm pressing a little bit too much, but.
No, I don't feel that.
Right.
You're doing all the right things. That's my job, to be here to answer questions. It's confusing. There's a lot of moving parts, and especially at the beginning when you start, you have to be able to ask for help, because I don't want you to waste time. And what I tell students, don't feel stressed. I'm here to help you, so there's nothing you can do wrong to fail. So I can assist you to move forward and be successful. Just ask for help or have questions.
Thank you.
And as you will see, Peter, when we have classes, it's all active learning. We will be asking students to participate and ask questions, be interactive. So you're...
Hopefully questions get answered, and we learned a lot, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
A question. When is the deadline application for the master's program?
Deadline, Courtney, that's a question to you.
For the MS program?
Yes, and the MSTM.
So the MS program is rolling admission. We will be accepting applications throughout the rest of the spring semester. Ultimately, the cutoff is usually, and I don't have a set date yet, probably like end of July, but I wouldn't wait that late. You can start your application today. You can always go back in and add materials. Once you just start the online portion, an admissions counselor will be assigned to you and reach out to you about what materials might be missing, and you can ask them any questions that you have or kind of keep them updated on your progress with that. But it will be rolling. And I believe the same is, and Dr. Levitin, correct me if I'm wrong, for MSTM. Is there a hard cutoff for, okay. Okay, so that will be rolling as well for both programs. Okay, well, if we have no other questions, we did post the contact info for us. You can reach us anytime via email or through the Calendly link that Dr. Levitin provided. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to staying in touch with you all and potentially having you on campus, hopefully soon.
Yeah, I hope to see you. And please don't hesitate to send me an email and as many times as you want. That's my job. I'll be happy to talk to you again.
Okay, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Have a good rest of your day.
Bye,
Bye,
thank you.
guys.
Bye.
Bye, thank you.